Hi Capricorn, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Capricorn, this is your love reading starting today on the 26th of January, but I've set the time frame to somewhere late January to 2021 to late February of 2021. I say 2021, that's why it's got so weird. I'm back on camera, so it seems like most of you guys enjoy that. So I'm happy about that because I enjoy this format way better. I feel more free to do this. Yeah, that was it. Cool. So, love story. It's not a typical tarot reading, and it's probably not going to be a typical love story either, like a typical boy meets girl or boy meets boy or whatever. Just because it just feels such great influences going on for every person, that there's such an individual journey right now. Or I'm just not gonna. Let's just see what comes here. Never-ending story. It's a never-ending story. 37. So we have a completion of some sort. We're each and every card. We're gonna clarify what's going on here, energy-wise. 3 for me is all about passion, creativity, joy, fun, celebrations. And 7 is a completion. It's like it's time to reap what you've sown. It's time to enjoy your cake that you baked and put together so beautifully. And then we add those up. We have a number 10. So that's a completion of something. The girl sitting on this pedestal or podium or whatever we want to call it, she is not liking it. She is not liking it. And it's like the heart is not really with her. The heart is sitting in the bowl, or not really actually sitting in the bowl, underneath, and then the lid is like right next to her. So it's like she's taken the lid off this bowl, and inside it is the heart, but the heart is not really connecting in with the girl. So we're going to see what this is all about. That's what I'm seeing from that card today. It's so interesting how we get new things each and every time. And I just have to say, before I move on there so I don't forget later, that I saw this cookie. Like it is a heart sitting underneath, like right here. But I see this like as a chocolate chip cookie today. And so maybe there's somebody eating a chocolate chip cookie as you're listening into this, or if somebody would say like, what's their favorite foods? Even in the food category, most people would say some certain foods. They would say, oh, she or he like chocolate chip cookies, or just cookies, like you just adore cookies. Then pay extra attention to this reading today. And then we have To Be Fair. This is Justice card, so this is like a Libra influence. I was going to say there's also a completion there, but if you can count, it's not. It's actually number 11, so there's a portal to something new. So there's justice is being restored. There's balance being brought to the situation. To be fair is like good karma returns. And 3 again, celebration, creativity, passion. Number 8, endless possibilities here. The infinity sign. And as I said, if you add those up, we have the portal. We have number 11. So there's like a brand new beginning here. There's something about it, like the never-ending story. Like I get the sense that somebody's getting really tired, and this is if you're in an already, like you're in a relationship already, and you think it's going smoothly, you think there's hope, you think we can work through this, and then something else shows up, and it's just that feeling of a never-ending story, and that the heart is not connected. But there's also like there is an opportunity here for, like, there's such great potential. It's like we have such great potential here. So it's so freaking super frustrating that you don't get it to work or something like that. We're going to clarify. And there could be several stories coming out as well. So never ending story. Can we clarify this, please? Capricorn, a never ending story. Believe and succeed, and love abounds. Yeah, and it's a brand new beginning. Wow. Okay, so number one, brand new beginning, starting over, starting fresh, love abounds. This is like a very, I mean, there's so much love here. I just feel that there's such a love connection going on here, and there's so much love in this situation. This is an ascended heart. This is very much like when I get this this heart, it's like it's a third eye situation. We're looking at your intuition, we're looking at your yes, it's love. Yes, we feel love for each other. Yes, you feel love for yourself. But this is more focused on like feeling the love for, how do I say this? Feeling love for change, feeling love for ascension. Can you help me? Just help me clarify this. Help me say what I feel like I should say. I already feel it. Help me clarify this love abounds. Wow. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's the message. Interesting. So we have two purple borders coming out. As I want to clarify this love abounds, this is nothing to like, oh, what could that mean? No, it's a heart. It's love. It's like love all around. But then it's like the feeling of like feeling the love for your ascension, or feeling love for your change. And perhaps change like demands of you that you make some changes, and you might not like it. And then it's like I can't explain the feeling I have. Like I can't really convey the message that I feel in terms of energy. It's like a feeling of, and then I asked to clarify it, and it's actually, the clarification is the moon and the high priestess, which is all about it is all about the intuition. It is all about like sometimes a hidden message that's going to reveal itself. So it might not even be why I'm struggling like to clarify what it is that I'm feeling, is that you might be struggling to clarify what you're feeling, or you might struggle to really see a clear path at this moment. Maybe you're just in it, and maybe you're just feeling it at this moment. And this is the time where also singles come in. So there could be a situation, it's like a clear situation that if you're in a committed relationship, I feel a little bit of a different vibe, but also like a little bit of a bigger frustration. So first, for a committed relationship, it's like there's so much potential. There is so freaking much potential here. We have love abounds. You've opened the lid, like we're starting with this never-ending story. We've opened the lid to the cookie cutter jar, to the bowl, and like the lid is sitting on top here. We've taken the lid off. Like nothing's being hidden. It's like everything is out in the open. It's very clear. In a way, it's like super clear communication. And there's glimpses of like really reaching each other and really feeling like, oh my God, I'm so with my person. And then it's like something happens, or something goes back into like we put the lid back on or something. And like I don't know anymore how to express myself. I don't know how to connect in with the other person. With your person. It's like, and it's a never-ending story. It's like and here we go again. It's the same thing again. And we've reached some sort of completion in this. It's like I feel for you committed. You've done this to the point where you're fed up. You're not going to do it anymore. Whatever the situation is. The high priestess, she is like intuition in a body. And the moon is like being represented of the same thing. with the moon, I get a lot of Pisces, I get a lot of Scorpio, a little bit of Cancer. So there's something like a hidden message. There's something that it's not fully coming to the, something wants to be revealed, but I think that has to do with you. That's where I was going with something has been waiting to be revealed. And I think, Capricorn, you feel it. You feel like there's more potential there, and you try to withdraw it from the other person, and sometimes you see glimpses of it, and it's like your heaven is opening up, and then it's like you're left out in the cold again, and it doesn't work, and it falls flat, and here we go again, like same old story. And it's like you're on the brink of not being able to do that anymore. And that's where I feel like there's so much love here. And if you just continue to focus on the love and almost withdraw yourself a bit, like go into this a little bit more where you just go inwards and you just listen to yourself and almost like live an individual life right next to your person for a bit, so that you can find more clarity, and then from that more clear place know what to do. It's almost like it's a make it or break it situation here. Like, should I stay with this person or should I go? And I don't think that that's any new thoughts that you have. I think that's thoughts that you've been having for quite some time, to be honest. And then I get this feeling of for the singles, it's like it's the same. Okay, so we have a lot of love around you, and I feel what is not that frustrating to you. It just feels like you're so ready for the next level. You're so ready for the next step in terms of your love life. It's like if you're looking for love and you want to be in a relationship, that is your goal. You need to go inwards. I'm being told to put another card on that as well, so I will. But there's something with going inwards right now, and just pay attention to your intuition about moving forward to meeting your person. For singles, clarify the love abounds. Wow. For singles, love abounds. You're about to. So I understand that you just feel like, okay, I feel it in every fiber of my being. So why it is a little bit of a frustrated feeling, but it's not a frustration as like, it's not a disappointment. It's not like if I compare it with I'm saying the same word. I feel frustration for a committed situation, and I feel frustration for the singles. But there's a different vibe in the frustration and the frustration. When you're in a committed relationship, it feels like you're so frustrated because there's so much potential there. There's so much potential there, but you feel like it falls flat and it might not actually work. At the end of the day, this might not be your person, like you're supposed to move on, but you've grown so freaking much through this relationship. It's unbelievable. And probably that's what you like, the energy that has, the amount of investment that has gone into, it's like saying, well, it's the sort of the same thing. I'm everywhere today here with your reading, because it feels like there's so many different stories coming in at the same time. But I'm sticking to 2 stories so that it doesn't get overwhelming for you and that it doesn't get overwhelming for me. Singles, these are your cards. I just have to finish the sentence for the committed. So this is like, sometimes we can confuse momentum with love. We can confuse investment with love. So the amount of investment that has gone into, like, we know if we put years and years of investment into something, and all of a sudden we are told to, like, imagine that you have this painting and you've been painting and painting and painting on this painting for maybe you return to it over the years. Over the years you've been doing this painting, and then you're just being told to throw it away and start fresh. Like, what do you mean? I worked so hard on this painting. And then you have a white piece of paper sitting next to it, a complete white piece of paper. You haven't drawn one single thing, not one single thing on this piece of paper, and somebody tells you to just throw it away. Throw it away. You go, sure. I could have used that piece of paper though, but like, it's okay. I can throw that away. And then if we compare the white piece of paper with the paint on the painting, it actually is the same. It actually is, it's two pieces of paper. One is more invested in. It's so much investment and time and love and heartache and struggle and beauty and everything that has gone into this most beautiful relationship, that we're confusing the love for the investment. So I get that it's tough to you don't throw it away, but it's like, I get how it's hard to break off or break up with something that you put that much investment in. But sometimes it's just investment and momentum rather than love. We don't actually fit with this person anymore. We actually come to the end of the road, and here something greater will take its place. They will go off and grow into their lane, and you will go off and grow in your lane. And sometimes, and so I feel like because of the investment that has gone in, like I see the struggle here. Like I see, like, man, it can even, I can talk. It can even be to the point where it's like, if you've been single and dating over and over again, you just don't want to go through that new person thing. The investment in just meeting new people and share your story with them and whatnot with a new person, that also can be like a little bit tiring. And it's like, anyway, sorry, a little bit sidetracked there. So the momentum and investment for the committed can be confused there with love, I'm just saying. And so there's a little bit of frustration because it's like you thought, and you see the potential, you see the love, the amount of love that is there, and you see the sometimes connection, the higher level connection that actually exists. You have free will, Capricorn. So if you want to continue the struggle, I feel like we're not going to have a full-on explosion new version of this person, or it would have already happened. I feel that there's something that's going to be revealed to you to make an easier choice about this. Okay? So there's a frustration / disappointment, because he's like, but you're so hung up on the idea of what you could have been rather than what you have been through this entire time, although it has grown you ridiculously much. I hope this resonates with some of you guys. And then for you singles, I feel another type of frustration. The frustration is, if the other one is frustration / disappointment, this is frustration / almost excitement, and they don't go together. So there's probably a little bit up and down for you. And look at what's coming out here. We have Ace of Raphael and New Beginnings. It's basically the same card twice. And this is what your love abounds is all about. We have number 20 there, which is communication and conversation in relationships, with a 0, which is something has come full circle. The conversation, the communication with your person has come full circle. Like, it's time to meet. It's time to start to enjoy your life together. And it's being divinely orchestrated. You see the divine is coming in there to oversee, like, to overlook your whole situation. Is this starting a new life, finding your purpose, or forgiving and compassionate review of the past? And then we have this Ace of Raphael, which is the highest possible energy in any situation, with the dolphins playing in the back. So childlike, beautiful, playful, charming. It's just a very, very gorgeous energy that is really on its way into you, Capricorn. If you're single, you're waiting for something really yummy here. I have to read here because I couldn't see there. A positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. So it's really, really beautiful what you're about to step into. Very interesting reading so far. And then we have the other card. I haven't even looked at the other card. Believe and succeed. So this is like for all of you Capricorns. It's like you're going on your boat, you're going out into the ocean, and it's like, well, this is where dreams and visions and like the way you look at another person or the way that you look at your own life doesn't end. Like, it's as broad as you can believe it to be. And whether you're committed or whether you're in a single situation, both of you, both parties is on their way to just awakening and ascension and a really, really beautiful place in your life. We have number 6 there, which is the connection in with your inner being. It is the ascension process in connection. Like, you feel your inner being, you feel your higher self there. Moving on forward. So it's really, really beautiful. And then we have to be fair. So I want to clarify the to be fair card. Justice. Good karma returns here. Okay, stop. 5, teach. You've led some sort of life. You've led some sort of, whether this is in a love relationship or in your relationships, I feel like you've come to the point. We have a number 5, so that is like great opportunity for change here. And it also is a great opportunity to teach others about what you've learned throughout this whole, I can't say relationship because there's like, there's multiple situations happening because it's a general reading. So whatever situation in terms of relationships has happened in your life, you can teach others. It doesn't matter if you met your person or not. You might sound like hypocritical. Hippopotamus? Hippopotamus. It might sound hippopotamus that you're willing to teach others about like a love situation, even though your own situation perhaps is not the most gorgeous one, or even if you're single. I know there's like the show in the UK, I think it is. The UK. I never say the UK. So take that however that resonates for some of you guys. England is what I say, or Britain. I say Britain or England. The UK, I think I never ever use those words about England. So maybe that's also like initials of a person, UK. Oh, anyway. Yeah. It's a show with a nanny. Like, she's a nanny, and she actually she travels around to different families, and she's helping them to discipline their children. It sounds very harsh. She's brilliant. And she doesn't have any kids of her own. And it just shows that you don't have to, because it's not, she's come up with this technique anyway, and she's been a child. Maybe the biggest learning curve of all, but she's been a child. So there's something about, you don't have to, like, you don't have to be there yourself to be able to teach it, if that makes sense. There's other things coming in that resonates with that as well. There's something about, you don't have to be like Jesus in order to, like, maybe you shouldn't do this healing work because you're not Jesus. You have to reach like a Jesus level before you do this healing work. No, you can You can actually have an off day. You can actually have a cold and still do Jesus's work, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. You've grown into a freaking teacher. You've grown into a teacher leader position. The amount of growth that you've come to due to your, if you just think for a bit about your love journey, like ever since you were born up until this point in your life, if you think about how your love situation has looked, like in your relationships and particularly with your romantic partnerships, but also with friendships, but particularly in romantic partnerships, how your love journey has been up until this point. And just look at it from a teaching place. Like I feel for most of you Capricorns, that has been your greatest education. The greatest journey and earth education, if you will, has come through your romantic partnerships. To the point that you are like a full-blown teacher, leader, healer, yeah. However, it's time for you to, weird, I just got in my nose, me and my nose, I just got in my nose. When you I don't know what that's called in English. Kallsup in Swedish. Cold. A little cold. When you go underwater and you get a bit of like get a bit of water in your nose. Like water came in through your nose when you go underwater. I mean, in Swedish, I could have used that expression, like you would get a kallsup when it has nothing, you were not underwater at all. But we have that expression that, that was a little bit of a kallsup. Like, water came in, and you didn't expect that. Or somebody just went under, you don't think you listen to this as you go underwater and get water in your nose? Or maybe you just did today, or maybe you're going to do. Because lately I've started to understand some of these things that comes to me is not for the person who has done it recently, as those things for me as well. Like I will hear something and I will think that's not for me, and then 3 hours later that happens. So we can also be like pre it happening or after it happens, if that makes any sense. So the kallsup thing, when you get water in your like, it's like, oh, that's not pleasant at all. Just came out there for some reason. Okay, some final advice here before we move into and here's the ocean with the bathtub. So it looks a little bit like a situation here with the bathtub where somebody may get a kallsup, cold sup, as we say in Swedish. It's turn number 7 actually, but it's like with different. So we have with this to the sea. This is basically when you can have everything you want. You just bring everything you want, and we're at this open sea here again. Like the it's so abundant and open, and you can bring exactly what you want. You're sitting in a bathtub, so maybe. I mean, I've never seen this as a bathtub. I've seen it as a boat each and every time. So there might be something with a bathtub, or you really like to take baths, or you just did, or you're about to. Pay extra attention to this reading. So there's this open, like, do you know the expression, the world is your oyster? The world is that how you say it? The world is your oyster. Like you really are going like in a very, very good direction right now. And it's really time. It's Capricorn, it's like, it's almost, I have a feeling like it's time for you to decide. It's time for you to decide, like, are you going to continue to sort of bang your head against the wall? If you're in a committed relationship and you've tried and you've tried and you've tried and you've tried, and you actually have tried and then you have tried some more to say, okay, I'm confusing letting go of this relationship because I invested so much. I'm not saying that there's not love here. There's so much love here, but there's more love for you to find somewhere else. It's what it feels like. Again, you have free will, and of course you're going to do whatever you want to do, but there's something about the world is your oyster right now. Like the world is at your feet, at your disposal. Disposal? This just sounds like you're something you've thrown away. Disposition. No. The world is at your feet. The world is for you to just grab a hold of and just really start to live your life. We have a number 7 there. So time to reap the rewards. And then we have 7 here again. It's a completion. Whatever you created up until this point, this learning curve, if you will, up until this point through your love relationships, it's time to really enjoy what you put together, what you pieced together. We have deep knowing here, and that's the deep knowing is when it's like a profound knowing. It's that wisdom and knowing and inner peace that only comes from that inner place, with that connection with your inner being, with your higher self. You're at that place where it's like I just feel like you could probably walk outside and you could start to cry because it's so unbelievably such a beautiful sky or something. And you get emotional because you just feel the complexity of everything, but you also feel the peace of everything. You feel the connection that is happening because you're so connected on the inside. And so 4 and 3, 4 is a heart matter, and it's laying a new foundation for yourself. When we have the number 3 there again, creativity, passion, joy, celebration. You're on your way to something really beautiful. And then I see these 2 moons reflecting each other. We have a full moon coming up just in a few days, full moon in Leo. So and this reading is set to the end of January towards the end of February. So we could be full moon to full moon, that there's a big shift happening there for you. So full moon in Leo to full moon in, is that the one that comes after? Is that Virgo? I'm not going to say. So from full moon to full moon, that there's a completion here happening, and there's an equally bigger opening happening. So if you feel like this is your reading, even though it was a little bit everywhere, you're so welcome to the extended. The link to that is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, Capricorn, and I hope to see you back soon. Take care, guys. Bye.